ये रेडियो पाकिस्तान पॉडकास्ट है।
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum to your audience. You are listening to the discussion aisle, and I'm your host Sohaib bin Noor, only on Plant FM 87.6. And dear audience, as always, today we've been joined by a special guest, and it's an honor that he's here in our studios. And we're going to discuss a special topic, and on your special channel, that is Plant FM 87.6. And dear audience, today we're going to discuss Youm Takbeer 28th May, and indeed a moment, indeed a day when our nation has become more proud when we were impregnable, made by our scientists, by our forces, and indeed Pakistan appeared once again on the map of the world as a unique entity, as an atomic power, as a nuclear power in the front of the world, and even our defense that became impregnable. And Pakistan has not such designs of aggression and the designs of what Narendra Modi is just trying to portray as to India and even to the world, what India is trying to do right now. But on the other hand, Pakistan has the policy of minimum deterrence. And why? Because we want to get our horses ready for any kind of skirmishes, any kind of war, because we knew that our enemy, that is not only coward, but it has, they also try to make some, false flag operations, also try to conduct some kind of, mispropositions against Pakistan. And indeed, our enemy is not only coward, but also it's very clever. And they always try to attack in the dark against Pakistan. And the recent skirmishes, what we have witnessed on 7th May after Pahalgam attack, the false flag operation, and they always try to, invade Pakistan in the darkness. But Pakistan responded with the power, and Pakistan responded only 1% of what we possess. And we were just trying to show the world that how much professional we are, and what kind of accuracy and professionalism that is in our blood. And Alhamdulillah, the world came to know Pakistan about what Pakistan is capable of. And Alhamdulillah, we showed the world, yes, do not mess with us. And dear audience, today we've been joined by Brigadier retired Azam Effindi, and he's a renowned defense analyst. And we're going to know his point of view on the day of 28th Youm Takbeer, and what's the historic background, and what should we adopt these days, what policy need to be adopted so that we could not only compete the world, but we can also share our narrative that what Pakistan is capable of and what we can do in the future. Sir, very warm welcome to you.
Thank you very much, sir.
How are you today?
Fine, sir. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. It is a great honor that you always call me. I have to come from Swat,
yes,
but it's an honor.
An honor. And sir, just want to know how much important is this day? What's the significance of this day? And especially, what do you think that if we were not an atomic power, what would be the map?
Extremely important and a sensitive question.
Right.
But first of all, let me congratulate Field Marshal Asim Munir and his team. And also let me especially congratulate the Chairman Joint Chiefs of Staff Committee and the Joint Staff Headquarters. What we are not realizing that this operation that was carried out was not carried out by any single one force. It was a joint operation including with the Space Command and all the Air Force, Navy, Army, and they all in unison worked under the Joint Staff Headquarters. Now that is where is our real success, that we have been able to unite everybody under a single headquarter and a single command.
No doubt.
The second thing is that if you go back to 28th May, then I was serving when this whole operation was taking place. And we were part of this development which took place. You see, what is important to understand that we became nuclear not through a physical activity or force, but it was through knowledge. When the whole world was against us,
right,
we were still able to, with the help of Dr. Kadir, who was like an elder brother to me especially, we were able to create the environment. And hats off to General Zia, who was able to deter India. And India, I'm sorry to use this word, in its stupidity in those days, carried out those blasts. And then in return, we had to also carry out the blasts. And when we carried out the blast, it was a big pancake on India's face.
Right.
And they still regret what they did.
Exactly.
That's the first regret they had. The second regret was when Abhinandan came into Pakistan. And this is now the third regret that Modi Saab has decided, to take panga with Pakistan, mess up. So that is one. The second thing is that what my Indian audience and the international audience has to understand, Pakistan is a highly responsible state.
No doubt.
We have nuclear weapons for deterrence. We are not going for a first strike option. And unfortunately, I was listening to Prime Minister Modi, in which he said that I will not be blackmailed by Pakistan's nuclear threat.
Yeah.
You see what he is not realizing. Nuclear is no option for anybody.
Exactly.
Why? Any nuclear activity is going to engulf the world
Agree.
in 30 days. The temperatures will go minus and there will be no human agriculture, there will be no human race. There will be just what you can grow inside buildings. Millions of people will die. So, is he mad? We are not mad.
Agree.
So, the message that I am trying, for the last so many programs I have done to India is that wisdom is very important.
No doubts.
You can't have egos and you can't be emotional. Again, I would say emotional intelligence is very important.
Exactly. That's important.
Now, based on this immature behavior that India is unfortunately displaying, we have launched the global knowledge revolution.
And what is that, sir?
Okay. Now, that has 4 important pillars. The first one is that the future is knowledge. If a society or a nation does not have knowledge, it has no future. The second thing, which is my message to India especially, we want to bring knowledge for peace.
Right.
Right? Now, just President Trump has announced $175 billion golden dome against missiles.
Right.
I mean, why have you gone crazy? The defense industrial complex, the military industrial complex, is a $3 trillion and it's to what? Destroy everything. Look what's happening in Gaza.
Exactly.
Look what's happening in Kashmir. I mean, we are educated, we are having knowledge, we are so well off. Is this what we are doing?
Exactly.
Is this what is expected of us? So that is the second thing. The third thing is, and again, I'm referring to India, 80 crore people are living below poverty.
Poverty line. Exactly.
Right? We want to bring global knowledge revolution for uplift of humanity, of the underprivileged. Today even upper middle class family cannot educate its children.
Agree.
So we are coming up with this idea for the global knowledge engineering virtual university, in which you can study from home, and there will be like 150 to 200,000 students,
MashaAllah.
and they will be taught by the best professor in the world.
Oh, great.
He could be from Harvard, he could be from China, he could be from Japan. I myself honor graduate from the Japanese Command and Staff College, where I learned a lot about knowledge and knowledge engineering. So the issue is that we want to use knowledge not for destruction. We want to use knowledge for construction, for peace.
Progress.
But the last part is very important. Now, Modi has everything.
Exactly.
Right? But what does he not have? Is peace of mind.
Agree.
Neither he has peace of mind, neither his army chief has peace, neither has the air chief. They can't sleep at night without pills.
Exactly.
So the fourth pillar of knowledge revolution is to bring peace of mind to the world. People are just running. And you have to please understand that the human being is very shortly going to become exclusive. The machines will become inclusive.
Right.
And we are not preparing for that. We are just busy in destroying each other for nothing at all. What is Israel getting by destroying Gaza?
Gaza. Right.
You just see the genocide.
Exactly.
And we are all keeping quiet. What is happening in Kashmir? The whole world is quiet. What has happened in Bosnia? What has happened here? What is happening in Sudan? So my issue is that Pakistan will become the global hub of knowledge. We will have knowledge corridors with the world.
Right.
We will be able to send our people abroad. We will be able to get people to Pakistan. Pakistan will become, you कहते हैं ना, गहवारा अमन. This will be the place for peace. And we are creating another valley which will be called AI Indus Valley. You know, Indus civilization is the oldest civilization in the world. Now we want to again start with AI Indus Valley so that we become leaders in artificial intelligence.
Great.
So this whole concept that I have explained to you basically reinforces us for 28th May when we carried out the nuclear. Behind that was not the physical strength or it was not the money. It was the brain. It was the knowledge. It was the secrecy. And that is what surprised the whole world.
Agree.
Israel, America, India, everybody was trying to spy on us. And a lot of people were caught also. But ultimately, it was through knowledge that we won. And the message that I would again like to give to India is, please don't mess up with Pakistan. You have no idea what you are trying to do. You will destroy your nation and it will never ever come back.
Right.
This will be the final round. So my again request is that Pakistan is a highly responsible country. Our senior leadership is excellent, mashallah. We have a very, very dynamic field marshal now, by the grace of Allah, who has proved his mettle. We have an excellent air chief, a naval chief, a joint chief. And I think the world should feel safe. They should not look at Pakistan as an irresponsible state, because Pakistan has never done false flag operations. Even now the bus attack in Khozdar was Indian sponsored, which is very sad. You know, that is where there is a difference between these two countries.
Right.
They always go for soft civilian targets. And Pakistan doesn't believe in that.
Right.
We have not killed a single civilian or a baby in India.
Right.
But they have always attacked us in this way, which is very sad, which is very immature. And this should not be the practice. You know, there is something in the militaries which is called chivalry. And the chivalry is that you fight like a man. You don't fight like a coward, you know.
Right.
So this is the problem.
Exactly. And sir, I just want to know why the world was, silent at the first moment when India just attacked Pakistan. They made some missile attacks, on mosque in Pakistan. Why they were reluctant? But when Pakistan retaliated, Pakistan responded and befittingly responded. They were just actively participating that you need to just hold on and there should be a ceasefire and you need to work towards peace and stability. Why was that?
You see, you have to understand the larger picture.
Right.
In the larger picture, there are two blocks, the Eastern Bloc and the Western Bloc.
Right.
Now, the Western Bloc decided to gear up India against China. In that game, Pakistan was a small prawn. And they thought that a slap, Pakistan will get scared and Pakistan will run away and China will also not respond.
Exactly.
Where they failed to understand was that Pakistan, along with China, had shifted what I call into the sixth gear or the sixth generation warfare. Right?
Right.
Now, the sixth generation warfare is basically warfare in cyberspace. It is warfare in electronics, in artificial intelligence, in communications, in cybersecurity, and beyond visual range. Okay?
Right.
Now, beyond visual range means that you are not seeing each other. There are no dogfights, but you are still able to achieve whatever you want to achieve.
You want to achieve.
Right?
Right.
This is where the West and India, they failed. Because all the time what they were portraying about Pakistan was that it is a poor nation,
Exactly.
nation of
They're
beggars.
starving. Right.
They are beggars. They have no idea. They have no knowledge. They are this, they are that.
Exactly.
I have been right from day one saying that, look, in Pakistan, the greatest achievement is merit. Anybody who is a sort of honor in PMA or he's in the top 10, 20, he rises to the very top.
Right.
And the field marshal is a very good example. Right? So, in Pakistan Army, when we send our officers abroad, they mashallah go and top. Wherever they've gone, especially to China, America, Japan. I myself am honor graduate from Japan. The issue is that when you are 2 steps ahead of your time, then people get surprised. This whole battle was won in 3.5 hours. That's it.
Exactly.
And the preparation for this took 35 years. To win a battle of 3.5 hours, we had to prepare for 35 long years.
Long years, no doubt.
And thousands of people had to be trained to be able to have this sort of a fight.
Right.
So actually, we won the war before even we started the war. And that is where the Indians, they panicked.
Right.
Right? When they panicked, so they ran to America, their godfather, you see, that look, what has happened to us. France and Western technology got destroyed. You see, I have been telling this on my many programs, that when the Indians make a very big mistake, and they still, एक Urdu का लफ्ज़ है घमंड. They're very proud of the old vintage equipment they have. They believe in numbers.
Right.
We have 4,000 old tanks.
Right.
We have 900 old aircrafts. Damn it, these old things don't matter anymore in the modern world. It is better to have 10 good aircrafts than to have 200 old aircrafts.
Exactly.
And this is what we were able to prove. You see, there were 30 from our side, there were 72 from their side, and we shot them even without seeing them.
Agree.
So the issue is, sir, that this round which we have won has one big issue, with your permission. The issue is that this is not the end of it. This has now started.
Will they attack again?
With the humiliation, the defeat, the black face that Modi and his team have got, they have to do something.
For saving.
Right? So, what I fear is that the second round will not be a military round. I don't think there is a saying that they are amassing troops, and I've been in the desert. I know the Indians very well. I personally don't think that they will be so stupid with what we have. They will not do it.
Then what's up?
But what they will do will be very dangerous. What I feel is that they will beg the West. They will beg Israel. They will beg America to upgrade them militarily for what we have done. But more than that, they will fight with us on three fronts.
Mhm.
The first front they will fight is within Pakistan. They will create a lot of chaos. They will create insurgencies. They will create terrorism. They will create all sorts of problems
They will refuel the proxies.
with their proxies. So, against that, the country has to unite.
Mhm.
And we have to, my suggestion would be what they did in Indonesia.
Mhm.
The same problem was in Indonesia.
Right.
And then they decided to eliminate it.
Hmm.
And they took 3 days.
Good.
After 3 days, there was no terrorist in Indonesia.
Oh, great.
You see, everybody knows.
Exactly.
I'll give you an example of Malakand Division.
Mhm.
Malakand Division went through the worst terrorist activity of the
Activities.
Taliban.
Right.
For the last 3 years, there is no news about Malakand.
Agree.
There is no police. Tourists are free. Ladies can drive. Everything is okay. We are part of KP.
Exactly.
And we are the largest division, by the way, and the most dangerous. It's all mountains.
Mhm.
But the people of Malakand decided no more.
Mhm.
We want to live in peace. We want to live as per the Islamic Sharia.
Mhm.
And that's it.
Agree.
Now, we are attacking here, we are attacking there, Parachinar. So, we have to react fast.
Mhm.
We don't have to prolong things.
Okay. And
Okay,
what kind
then,
of reaction, sir, we need to take?
Three
What do you think?
types.
Like?
The first is, I always say, go for love, for peace.
Uh-huh.
Hug people. So that tomorrow they don't say that you slapped us or you kicked us or you boxed us.
Hmm.
If they don't behave, the next is dialogue.
Hmm.
The dialogue fails, then be ruthless.
Mhm.
Then don't go to courts and don't do all these dramas. Not required.
Mhm.
You just say, we loved you,
Mhm.
we had dialogue with you, you want peace or you want a fight.
Right.
You want to fight, then fight. Finish.
Exactly.
So there should be
To
no,
eliminate the menace. Right.
like India, you want to fight, then fight.
Right.
Khatam ho gaya. So India is now turned out.
Hmm.
So the terrorists also have to be told,
Hmm.
look boys, it's your country, live in peace, like we did in Malakand.
Hmm.
This is exactly, we told the Taliban, we said, you want to live in peace with us or you want to fight? So some of them said, we don't want to. We said, okay, you can go. So we packed them up and we sent them away. We said, go wherever you want to go, but you are not going to stay here. If you stay here, we'll kill you.
All right. And sir, just want to know what kind of a strategy we need to adopt. What kind of plan can we convince the world through conferences or
I'm coming to
seminars?
that.
What will you say?
But before I go there, there are 3 other issues that we need to work.
Sure.
You see, the first is the Foreign Office. As you know already, with Bilal and his team, they are going to be visiting different capitals. Our Prime Minister, in great sanity, had decided to go to Turkey, go to Azerbaijan, and meet, all our Iran, all our friends who supported us. That's very important. The second issue is that we need to now strengthen ourselves. Because we could be attacked financially, economically, through cyber, through electronics, through communications. All these disruptions can now take place. And India is not capable to do it. However, if it is backed by America, by Europe and Israel, it is capable of doing great damage to us. The other thing is that you see a lot of our students, bright students, are studying abroad.
Right.
And I feel that there may be a sabotage to send these students back to Pakistan so that we lose our edge in knowledge.
Right.
Right? But now we come to the next very important step. That is that when you go to war, because I've studied war all over the world, after every war you need to sit and talk.
Right.
Right? And after every war, you need to have a very strong legal team. and the world's legal fraternity has to be taken on board,
Right.
which I'm sorry to say we have not as yet done.
Mhm.
So what we are proposing, I've already proposed, and
Okay.
through you, I would like to propose once again. We are inshallah going to hold the first international Chief Justices Conference in Pakistan.
Good.
Now the idea is
Mhm.
that we invite all the Chief Justices through the Pakistan Bar, through the Ministry of Law, through the Chief Justice of Pakistan, and we place our case in front of them.
Mhm.
We invite the Chief Justices, we invite the top human rights activists, and we invite the top lawyers, so that we tell them what is happening.
Mhm.
Why is Kashmir important? Why is India breaking its different treaties?
Mhm.
Why does India, break off from a treaty it signs?
Mhm.
It has signed all these treaties on Kashmir, on Indus water, and on terrorism. But what do? A few years, and they scrap it,
Exactly.
and they, held in abeyance.
Hmm.
Why are they doing this?
Agree.
This is very immature. Even in a family or in a village, when you sign an agreement, Mardangi, manhood is that you stand by what you have signed.
Agree.
You don't then, make excuses and you run left, right. So I very strongly feel, and we have had success in this, that inshallah very soon we are going to get the top Chief Justices of the world, both from East and West, to Pakistan, and place before them our case differently. Kashmir, Junagadh, Indus Water Treaty, terrorism, all these issues we will place with them, and we will inshallah go to the International Court of Justice, and we will expose India's nefarious designs.
Right.
Because any amount of battle you fight, even if you go for a nuclear war, ultimately you have to sit and talk. So it is better that we talk first and fight later.
Yeah, right. That's great, sir. And just want to know, what is your message in the context of this day, Youm Takbeer, 28th May, for our audience? What will you say, sir?
You see, there are, my message has three parts. The first part is to my nation. Have hope in your leadership. Have hope in your armed forces. Have hope in your youth. And have hope in your unity. And the second message I have is for the world. That Pakistan is a responsible state which knows how to handle its nuclear assets, and we are a nation of peace. However, unfortunately, our neighbor is exactly our opposite.
Okay.
So the world needs to turn in India to become a responsible state. And the third is, again to India and to Israel both, please don't mess with Pakistan. We want to live in peace. We have designs for our economic development. We are a peace-loving nation. So please don't create problems for us and don't create problems for yourself.
For yourself. Thank you, sir, for being with us and
God
sharing
bless
your views on this important
Thank you.
day and important message from your side. Thank you so very
Thank
much.
you.
And dear audience, as we've been joined by Brigadier Retired Azam Effindi, and he was enlightening our show and shedding light on the importance of this day and even what happened, this month, a couple of weeks before, and even India. They were just assuming Pakistan. They had many misconceptions about Pakistan, but Pakistan has cleared all those misconceptions. And even those who were back in India, they were also thinking Pakistan is just like a peanut, but we are not a peanut. We are the iron chickpeas, and we have just proved that. And even the beautiful message that been just delivered by Brigadier Azam Effindi sir, and he said that we have three messages, especially for the Pakistani nation, that be united, have faith in your forces, have faith in yourself, and of course have faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's going to help us. And second, the world, that they should consider Pakistan as a responsible state, and even what Pakistan has done, everyone knows, and what Pakistan is capable of, everyone has just realized. And the third one is for India. Do not mess with us, and especially what we have done, you cannot sleep at night. And even your whole nation, that is strongly divided, and they have more polarization. They have more polarization just because of Modi's policies, this fascist ideology that is prevailing all over in India. But once again, do not mess with us. The audience, hope you like our today's show. I was your host with the discussion aisle on your Plant FM 87.6. Just signing off. Allah Hafiz, fi amanillah, and stay blessed always.
ये रेडियो पाकिस्तान पॉडकास्ट है।